Hello and welcome to the GrapeSEED Official Podcast. It's time for Teacher Says number 3, bringing back our GrapeSEED Friends podcast guests to share their expertise with us. Just like in the past 2 episodes, there were a couple questions given to each teacher about teaching GrapeSEED effectively. So you will get to hear answers to each of those questions from all of these teachers. Keep in mind that these are the opinions of the teachers themselves. They are sharing what they have learned has worked for them through years of self-reflection. Something that works for one teacher may not work for another. These tips are meant to give you ideas on what to do or to inspire your own journey of self-reflection. In this 3rd episode, you'll get to hear from the same guests in the 2nd episode, Aaron, Alina, Will, Bruno, and Matthew. Definitely look back on their previous podcast episodes, GrapeSEED Friends and otherwise, if you want to hear more from each of them. Let's get started. What's your best tip for teaching writers effectively?
So something I started doing just recently that I've really been liking is explaining the writer that we're going to be doing today before I have my students go to their own writers. So we have our students sitting in their chairs, and we have our tables off to the side, which has their writers. In the past, I would just have them go to the tables, open up their writers, and then I would explain the writer, which wouldn't be okay for most of the students, but there was always be 1 or 2 students who'd be distracted now that they have the writer in front of them. So something I've changed recently is I'll have them remain in their chairs looking at me, and I'll open up to the writer assignment we're doing that day, and I'll explain what we're doing. And I'll model anything that needs to be modeled before we go over to start the writers. And if there's something I need to explain again, I can do that one more time once they're at their writers, but I want one time when they're just sitting in their chairs, there's nothing to distract them, and I can give an effective demonstration, effective instructions about today's writer.
Never write in silence. I tell them all the time not to be quiet while they're writing. So ask students to say the sounds they're writing. As they finish writing, they have to say the completed word. And after doing the task, so don't forget to encourage students. It increases motivation. They adore it. When I'm going through the classroom with the stickers, they're just, oh my gosh, I'm doing well, so I will try more next time. And one more thing is I ask them to bring their favorite crayons or pens, so they like the writing process more.
First of all, on the very first day that you start writers, make sure that the rules are clear. When can they pick up their pencils? When do they need to put them down? When can they start writing? And also make it clear that you want them to say the sounds as they write. So if you're not clear on that day, you can end up having some bad habits with kids just writing the letters without really thinking about what they're writing. So you want them to make sure they understand on the first day that they're gonna, whatever they're writing, they're gonna say it out loud. And personally, this is not something that might work for everyone, but for me personally, I like to divide the writer into sections. So if we're doing, say, 1 full page, so 2 pages, then I'll tell the children, I want you to write these 2 lines and then put your pencil down. So that way we can keep the pace going, keep everyone more or less together. But then we don't wait for the slowest children to finish. We kind of go right around the middle, when most of the children have finished, then we say, okay, you can go to the next section. So that encourages the slower children to go a little bit faster, but it also encourages the faster children, the children who are writing too fast and just really, really messy handwriting, that encourages them to go slower because there's nothing they can do. They don't gain anything by writing extremely fast, but messy.
Okay, this is a topic with writers It's one of those aspects of GrapeSEED that I've struggled with over the years. It really depends on, I think, which unit you're starting from. You know, if you're starting the writers at unit 3, if you're on unit 3, mostly it's pretty simple stuff. Your single letter phonograms. So you're focusing. Just show the kids first off. First off, take your pencil, look up here. When you do it, I usually go, is this okay? And I'll trace, for example, an A, and I won't make any sounds. And they'll go, no, no, no. And I say, oh, is this okay? And I'll trace the A again. And while I'm doing it, I will make the sound. And they'll go, yes, yes, yes. And I say, okay, let's do that. So then to get it done in a timely manner, we'll do it line by line with the group. So I say, okay, this line, let's get it done. Everybody make the sounds, go. So you do that. Now, as it gets more advanced, you have the words, you'll have listen and write. With just the words, where you're just copying the word and doing it again and again and again, same thing applies. Just model it. Go, all right, is this okay? No.
Goodbye, my friends, goodbye. I'm sad to say goodbye. It was a good day, but now I will say goodbye, my friends, goodbye. Goodbye, everyone.